quick topic on formations, especially in a new nation. It drives me absolute nuts when everybody pushes the 1-1-98 formation. It works for maybe the first 2 weeks and then it doesn't. So here's reasoning. I have all my troops out gathering. It's gathering phase, so everything's out. This will mostly be talking and more of an explanation on the 1-1-98 formation. So if you got 8 people doing a time attack together, and everybody sends 1-1-98, which is 1% front, 1% second row, 98% back row, you're sending 8 people with 4 front row troops. You're sending 32 units row, 32 units second row, and a ton of back row. Nothing wrong with the back row, but if you hit a castle that's got 100K troops, you figure each recruiting station does 1 power troop and 1 front line. So in the beginning, you figure people are probably recruiting 50%. So odds are they're going to be about 50% front row, 50% back row. So why are you going to send 8 people with 1-1-1 or 1-1-98 formation? You're sending 64 front row troops against a castle that's probably 100,000 units and 50,000 are front row. Let's say it's even an experienced player and they're only recruiting 20% front row, 80% back row, or 80% mid row if they're a mid row player. Your 1-1-1s isn't enough front line to do anything. When you're doing a formation, you build your front row with high melee hit points. It's kind of like a football game. Your linemen are there to end up holding the opponent at bay. You want them big and strong, hence the HP, to stop your opponent from hitting your back line or coming in and killing your power troops. The more HP, the stronger they are. The stronger they are, the less you need on the front line, and the more you can put to the back line, which in this scenario would be your quarterback to throw the touchdown. So you need to work on your MHP, your range statistic. I happen to be mid row fighter here, so I would increase my MHP and my MRA. So why would you send a 1-1-98 formation? An experienced player, 20% front line of 100,000 is going to be 20K frontline troops, and you're sending 64 to fight 20K. It makes no sense. You're going to lose your back row troops. You need to focus on building your MHP to hold your opponent back so your power troops can deal damage. And then, on top of that, as the nation goes on and your statistics, let's see, your statistics increase, you're going to have your, let's find the front row melee HP, 48%. And like I haven't even applied my officers yet. Like I say, I'm camping for the officer build event. 48% HP, mid row 37. So why would you send mid row formation with less HP than the front row formation with higher HP? You would be more beneficial sending 8 of these and then back row or mid row if you're a mid range player than sending 4 of these stronger guys and 4 weak guys. It makes no sense. Everybody needs to quit teaching the 1198. I would recommend everybody, early nation, send about 100 front row troop, highest tank or shredder. You can run axes if you want. They make good base defense. Depending on your castle level, your axes may be the highest, but you need to remember that 10 axes to one tank, and then your back row. The important thing is when you group attack, everybody runs the same formation, but then you'll end up getting the cheaters that just sends their back row so they don't lose anything, which ends up screwing the rest of the alliance. Or you get the people that still send the 1198 because that's what they've been taught, and it makes no sense. I mean, you need to get away from the 11998, in my opinion. Everybody send 100 front row, highest level troops, group attack. That way, if you've got 8 people, at least you're sending 800 frontline troops against an experienced player 10,000. But you're going to have way more backline because you're coming with 8 people. I'll get into formations with one of my larger castles and explain a few things. And I'm still going to release an officer video, but please get away from the 1198. I made this for this nation here in 1270. They put it out in the alliance chat. Hey guys, this is what we're going to run, and I was like, no. I told them I'd make a video explaining. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, there's my reply. Monkey, eyes closed. No. I told them I'd end up releasing a short video explaining why. So hopefully this helps explain it with a little detail. I'll get into formations later in my series. Anyway, have a good night, guys. Remember to subscribe. Boy, Shane D.